detailed picture. QuickWitz tips for detailed picture. Detailed picture is not one of my favorites. I know I open this segment oftentimes with saying this is one of my favorites. This is not one of my favorites. Maybe it's because it is raw memory. Look at this and remember. And because probably I need this. I need this when I'm looking for my car in a parking lot. How many times do I go to the grocery store and always park in the same row or about in the same place? Kind of like we do at church, we always go and sit in the same pew. If you always park in the same place when you go to the grocery store, you always park in the same place when you go to Walmart, any of those habits you get in, mean you don't need to use your memory that much. You just always go back to the same place. So detailed picture makes you study your surroundings. This is really good for all of us, whether we like it or not. So let's take a look at the directions. I'll cue them up. Then I'll stop and talk about how some things help me study my surroundings, what kind of things I do that help me remember my surroundings.
Detailed picture will improve your short-term memory skills, helping you to remember a phone number that you just looked up in the yellow pages. It will also boost your visual processing skills so that you may better absorb the details of a map. Study the picture and remember as many details as possible. You will be asked to answer questions about each picture once time is up. You will have only 1 minute to study. Write the answers in your workbook. Mark any incorrect answers so that you may track your progress.
All right, we're going to study this picture first. One of the things that I would say is note the colors of things that are in the picture. Okay, I see a white SUV. I just think there's going to be a question about that. I see a blue house with a red roof. Everything else seems to be about the color that it should be. What kind of things stand out? Well, the tire swing stands out to me. And the other thing that I want to do is count items. How many of what things were there? Well, I see 4 bushes. I see 3 flowers. And I see a bunch of oranges or peaches on a tree. I'm not going to count those. But in looking around, something else that stands out is that bird on the roof. Maybe they'll ask me that. Seems to be a sunny day. Well, let's see what kind of questions there were. But those are the things that I'm going to concentrate on. I'm going to concentrate on the color, and I'm going to count the number of items, and I'm going to look for things that just stand out. So let's see what the questions are.
What did your eyes spy? Number 1, what type of pet does this household have? Number 2, what color is the vehicle pictured? Number 3, what color is the house? Number 4, how many shrubs are shown?
Okay, what type of pet? You know, I didn't pay attention to it, but I know there was cat there. I looked for things that stood out. The bird on top stood out. The cat was just part of the family, and I didn't pay attention to it, but I do remember that was there. What color is the vehicle? I pointed that out. It was white. What color is the house? The house was blue. And how many shrubs were shown? We counted those. There were 4. So let's see how well we did.
Let's review your answers. Number 1, what type of pet does this household have? It's a cat. Number 2, what color is the vehicle pictured? It's white. Number 3, what color is the house? Blue. Number 4, how many shrubs are shown? 4.
All right, good job.
Track your
Let's try
success.
one more. All right, let's use the same strategy. I see a lot of rabbits. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to say there are 4 rabbits. And I see flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flowers. I notice the pine cones. There are 9 of those. I'm looking at sunset because the moon and the stars are coming out. What else stands out? I've got 2 birds, different kinds of birds. So those are the only things that stand out to me. I'm always going to look at colors. Flowers are pink. I'm going to count things. And I just want to see what kind of stands out so that I would be able to answer a question. The thing that stands out is it seems to be sunset and the moon and the stars are coming out. So let's fast forward to the answer.
What did your eyes spy? Number 1, how many animals are in the picture? Number 2, is the moon full? Number 3, what type of trees are in the foreground? Number 4, what color are the owl's eyes?
Okay, how many animals? You know, I was careful to count the rabbits, and there were 4, and I remembered that I said there were birds, so I'm going to say 6. 2 birds and 4 rabbits. Is the moon full? Good thing we looked. It was sunset, and the moon and the stars were out. The moon was not full. What kind of trees? Well, we counted 9 pine cones, so they were pine trees. And I looked at the owl because there were 2 birds, and I'm going to guess that his eyes were yellow because I think they were. Let's see.
Okay, let's review your answers. Number 1, how many animals are in the picture? 6. Number 2, is the moon full? No. Number 3, what type of trees are in the foreground? Pine. And number 4, what color are the owl's eyes? Yellow.
All right, so the next time you drive yourself to Walmart and your favorite parking place is unavailable, remember to study your surroundings. And this is a great skill for helping you do that.